Brosnan, handsome fella, right?
Sure.
I'd do him.
What do you guys think of Pierce?
I love Pierce.
Pierce.
Pierce is hot.
He's hot, man.
He's hot. He is
I
hot.
think he's handsome. I don't know if hot, but I think
He
he's
is
handsome.
hot,
handsome
he's
are
sexy,
synonymous.
and he's handsome.
All right.
It stays in the broccoli family.
Remember, kids, eat your vegetables.
Yes. He's smooth.
Bond fucks good,
Yeah.
you know, and that makes him mad, I guess.
I, too, would be mad.
Hey! Nice. Are we recording? Yeah.
Oh God, dude. Okay, let's try to do that one more time though. Let me get set.
Jason's made me paranoid, so I gotta check the cameras. Even though I know I've hit record.
But I don't know.
Recording. Thanks for making me get up. You know, I gotta burn calories anyway.
I think I got some notes in me.
Ooh, wait.
Oh, we're starting.
Yeah, start low. We gotta
Ooh, you know.
crescendo.
Yeah.
I'm trying to think like a B flat, you know.
Ooh, I don't know. I don't know notes, man. I drum.
I don't know. Oh, okay. Yeah, you're just like a. All right, let's get it. Ready? That's as far as I'm going.
Yeah.
I don't think I can go past there.
You gotta want it.
Goldeneye! James Bond.
Goldeneye, more like Eye of the Tiger, am I right?
Oh, man. I wanted to start singing it right there. Rising up
the
back on the street.
I don't know the rest of the words, yeah.
How embarrassing.
But it works.
I'm not gonna stop.
If you just keep singing to the tune of the song.
Uh-huh,
Then come in with the chorus. Eye of the tiger, it's the thrill of the fight.
Yeah. I like that one, man.
Yeah.
That's a good one. Man.
Yeah, that's a good time.
So, we watched James Bond Goldeneye. It is now the 567th James Bond film we've watched.
Number
And
17.
Number 17. We were deep into the 90s.
Can you believe you've watched 17 of these films with me?
17
times your asshole's been on my couch watching James Bond.
I am enamored that wow. Yeah.
Wow!
Gee Willikers.
I am lost for words and speechless. This is. I think I'm kind of at the point where I'm like, these films are not. I think they've reached their pinnacle. I really hope something happens.
Here's the deal. The Craig movies.
Here's the deal.
We've got like 13 more movies before
We
something happens.
we really don't. It's not 26 or 25. Fuck.
26. That sounds good.
I think it's 26.
Let's go with that.
Well, let me do the math. 3 more Brosnans. If we're on 17, 3 more Brosnans, that's 20. 5 Craigs, 25.
Okay, we're at 25, possibly 26.
We have
when
25
this comes
movies,
out.
so we have 7 more movies to watch.
Okay.
I'm gonna be busy. Always.
In a general
Yeah.
sense of the word.
On the days that we're doing this.
Yeah.
And there's been how many Bonds so far?
We had Connery.
Sean Connery.
R.I.P.
We had Lazenby.
R.I.P.
We had Moore.
R.I.P.
I don't know if Lazenby's dead. No,
Doesn't matter.
But oh well.
Dead to me.
Moore is dead. Connery's dead. Dead to you. Yeah. Dalton.
There you go.
And we have currently, because
Yes.
we're still covering it, Pierce Brosnan.
Pierce Brosnan. This is his first movie, Goldeneye,
First movie, yeah.
based on the video game.
That didn't come out till 2010. They hopped in a time machine. So let's go back to 94, make this fucking movie.
Wait, what was the
real quick.
one from on the N64? Wasn't that Goldeneye?
I don't know. I didn't have an N64.
Yeah.
That's
Goldeneye
Goldeneye, right?
on
Yeah.
N64.
Yeah. Yeah. It was
N64, we're talking just GameCube.
Oh no, buddy! This was N64 Goldeneye.
The Nintendo
This-
64, wasn't that like the,
the
old
90s,
video game
the
system?
90s, yeah. So that's what I'm saying. Like I thought,
Well, maybe
or
they
I
made
think
it
we should
new.
like maybe try to find.
I mean, yeah, they
really
remade
want-
a lot of the stuff from
What-
that era.
it was one of the most popular N64 games.
Yeah.
It was
Well, I
super
thought
popular.
today, It was in here.
It's okay. We can kind of
Look.
cover that. We can
Look.
kind of cover it
Look.
later. The popularity.
We should actually do a Goldeneye.
I would love to do the Bond video games. You know?
Yeah,
just
we
a
probably
quick
should do
thing.
them all like in one. You know what I mean?
Yeah, no, we're not going to do a separate podcast for each of them.
Yeah.
Like, I love Everything or Nothing. I didn't really play any of the other ones. So, like, that would be a cool
Nightfire
thing
was
to,
the one that I got.
Yeah, I've always heard great things about Nightfire.
Yeah, because you could be Oddjob.
Yeah.
You could use his hat. I could never hit a shot, but I just went with the the lore of it. You know, just some kind of little chubby Asian guy running around with a hat. You know.
Yeah.
That spoke to me. You know.
It did, yeah.
Transition to my. Anyway, so. But
So, yeah.
I kind of was working on a segue there, but
It's okay. You and your segues. You really freak out about the segues.
Oh,
You're
man,
like-
well,
you're
it's-
ready to choke a monkey about a segue. You know?
I really
It's
because
like-
it kind of naturally flows everything into one little tight little. Let's see if I can figure out a segue here. Anyway, so yeah, Goldeneye, Pierce Brosnan. We're on our 5th James.
Yep.
We're on his 657th woman. But this time it's
Oh
a
yeah,
hacker.
we should get a woman count. Maybe
Yeah.
I should go back and do a woman count.
We do have a new Q. Or M. What's
Nope,
his name?
nope. Still Desmond Llewellyn.
No, what's
New
no,
M.
He's not dead.
M.
Oh, M.
I'm sorry,
Yeah,
I
yeah.
come on.
Yes, new M. Judi Dench,
Yes.
who
Yes.
maintains until Skyfall, I believe, and then they bring in another male M.
Mm.
So kind of looks like the original M a little bit.
I like the vibes that we're getting so far from her.
I think she's great. The first movies I ever watched, well, my introduction to Bond really was the Everything or Nothing video game, and she's the voice in that game, and Brosnan's the first Bond, so I always liked Brosnan a lot. And I know I said something about liking Roger Moore a lot in the first Bond, and then we watched 6 more Roger Moore movies, and I'm off.
That novelty
of that.
fell off.
Yeah, I'm off of that. Who my favorite Bond is, I don't know. I'm gonna hold my tongue on Brosnan. I liked him in this movie, but I'm not gonna go being a favorite whore and just going, "Hey, this new guy, that's my favorite."
Well, I think who your favorite and who the most true to character. I think that would be two different people, possibly. You know what I mean? That can be two different
Yeah,
people.
because obviously Sean Connery would be the clear winner.
Sean Connery's the best Bond. He's the original.
yeah, absolutely. Yeah, he's James Bond.
Early Connery, not fucking Diamonds Are Forever.
Toned down,
Fat Connery,
he's
just
get me another piece of calamari. I'm famished. You just had an entire squid, sir. Please feed me.
feed
Feed me.
Also, yeah, okay. So,
But I'm sorry. I was
Yeah.
gonna just say that. Yeah, I also think that Pierce Brosnan. When I think of my childhood, that was that's James Bond.
He's handsome
Yeah.
as shit.
Handsome fella.
Very
I would
handsome
take him
fella.
out to dinner. I'd probably get killed,
Well, I would
and
hope he'd
disposed
ask
of,
me out
but
to dinner. I mean, he's so handsome. I wouldn't want to be.
I'd be
rude,
intimidated.
sure.
Sure.
If he asked me, sure.
Well,
But I don't.
Hey Tyler, would you like to go have some kipper snacks with me?
I wouldn't have the courage to ask a man of Brosnan's stature to dinner.
Yeah.
So this was made after this is 95, so a 6-year hiatus of Bond films. License to Kill was the only thing we had for a while there in the early 90s,
That sucks.
and
Yeah.
License to Kill really wasn't great.
No, it
I
wasn't.
thought I thought Dalton came on okay in Living Daylights. I thought License to Kill could have been sweet, just a Bond revenge film, and it was cool for a minute, and then it got long, it got
Boring.
just kind of muddled.
Yeah.
Just
Yeah, definitely
Sometimes you
like.
lose the vision.
Yeah.
you lose the vision, and we gotta at least have another girl here, and we gotta blow some other shit up, and
We're really shooting for 2 hours, so.
we're really shooting for that 2-hour mark, and it's why at a certain point it's just save your budget, I don't
Yeah,
know.
I mean, is this still Albert Broccoli, by the way, who directed this, or is this
So-
a new?
This film was not produced by Albert R. Broccoli. He stepped down and was replaced by his daughter, Barbara Broccoli.
I could have
Shut
swore.
the fuck up. Wait, shut the fuck up. Sorry.
It stays in the Broccoli family.
Remember, kids, eat your vegetables.
Yes. Sponsored by literally broccoli.
Yes.
But it was direct. I mean, they weren't directed. I thought they were directed by Albert Broccoli. Or they
He's
weren't.
not a director. He's always a producer.
Okay, I'm sorry. Okay, so I was misinformed or just ignorant due to my.
But plays a big part in it. Obviously, producers, the main producer. Obviously, like anybody can throw a couple bucks at a movie and be like, "I'm a producer," But
yeah, you're sitting over there
like the producer that runs around and like, what
Produces.
do you need? What do you need? Okay, this. Oh, we need this. For the
I'm
movie,
pretty confident I don't know what a producer does.
Watch.
Dude, this is why you need to stop fiddling around with
What?
shit. Just throws his pen right into the cup of water.
Watch The Offer on Paramount about the making of The Godfather and what Al Reddy does. That's a producer, like the main producer, executive producer, I suppose.
Think of like a Harvey Weinstein kind of guy.
Yeah. So
okay, so we've got the line has gone down to Barbara Broccoli. Sorry, didn't mean to cut you off.
Moneypenny's replaced. M's replaced. Q's back. Still Desmond Llewellyn.
A lot slower.
What?
A lot slower. I mean.
Oh, sure. Yeah,
obviously,
he's aging.
Yeah, I mean he's like 95 in this movie. So.
The first Bond film to use CGI. We have. It says. I can't remember where it says it in here. Should have highlighted the whole thing, but basically there was a whole deal about. Here we go. Pre-production. Okay, so the casting to replace Dalton, the producers chose Pierce Brosnan, and we read about at the beginning of the Dalton thing that they didn't really want Brosnan in that Remington Steele show. Oh, you weren't here for that one, were you?
No.
That was a hot take with Harley Day. But he was on a show called Remington Steele, and so then they said, Broccoli was all up in arms about it. He's like, Remington Steele's not going to be James Bond. I don't know how Broccoli talks.
Sure, I mean, yeah, that sounds about right.
It sounds like a rich guy that's been making millions.
He sounds like Broccoli.
Yeah. Allegedly, Mel Gibson, Hugh Grant, and Liam Neeson passed on the role.
God, could you imagine Liam Neeson?
Could you imagine fucking Mel Gibson?
Yeah, that was the one that stood out to me when we
Yeah.
were reading about it in the Living Daylights one, where I was like, Gibson? Really?
I guess I know why he passed on it though.
Yeah, I mean, I think the consensus was why Connery, passed on it when he took the break. He was worried about getting typecast and only being able to, do spy type movies. So,
As much as I love fucking women,
as much as
I'd rather do it with different job titles.
Yeah, like in reality, Sean Connery was like donating to schools in like Zimbabwe the entire time. He was like, I don't need this money. Like, he was a great person. Like, I mean, what the fuck do I know? He was probably dog shit. But
I've never met him.
me neither. So that's the thing. I mean, I like the character that we've created.
Yeah.
But for all we know, he could have been, a philanthropist.
right.
Probably unlikely.
Well, I mean, that was the whole reason he came. That was part of the deal when he came back. If you remember when we were reading about that, is that he gave to, like, part of his deal coming back was he got that 2-film deal, which one of them was never made, and then he got a certain amount of funds allocated to, like, this Scottish school charity thing.
Yeah.
It was like a couple $1 million to that or something like that. And so
What a
I think
bro.
that was part of his deal. Yeah, so Connery,
He did a bro move.
though we make him out to be a raging rapist.
Real life
Yeah,
Sean
so,
Connery, good guy. Connery crisis,
Terrible man.
terrible
He
man.
kind of looks like a cleaner Tom Cruise,
What, Brosnan?
Yeah.
Yeah. This is almost like a different fucking
Document.
Well, it is
Wikipedia page than what I
Wikipedia.
had on my fucking phone. Like, I'm not finding it.
Do control.
Oh, here we go. So, production was set to start in 1990 in Hong Kong for release date in 91. It would have featured a terrorist attack on a British nuclear facility in Scotland, threatening to cause World War III. Bond traveling to East Asia to investigate corrupt businessman Sir Henry Lee, along with jewel thief Connie Webb, and Bond fighting his former mentor, Denholm Crisp. It would have also featured the Chinese Ministry of State Security. The script was further rewritten by William Osborne and William Davies. After the Gulf War, they moved the opening scene from a cyber attack on Scotland to Bond failing a mission in Libya. The film then would have focused on a high-tech stealth fighter being stolen by a Chinese People's Liberation Army general, a British industrialist, and American mobsters in order to stage a nuclear attack and coup d'etat against mainland China while leaving the industrialist in control of Hong Kong. Dalton declared in a 2010 interview that the script was ready and we were talking directors before the project entered the development hell caused by legal problems between Metro-Goldwyn-Mayer, parent company of the distributor United Artists, and Broccoli's Danjaq, which I don't know what the fuck that is or how I'm supposed to say it, but owners of the Bond film rights.
Maybe Don Jacques.
In 90, MGM was to be sold for $1.5 billion to Kintex. Q-I-N-T, I don't know, yeah. Quintech, whatever. An Australian-American financial services company that had begun marketing television broadcast and entertainment purchases. When they could not provide a $50 million letter of credit, the deal fell apart. Bunch of shit happened, right? And then Timothy Dalton... where is it? When asked when he would... Yeah, okay. God damn it. I swear the information is, like, moved. It's pissing me off. Pre-production writing. Okay. And in May 1993, MGM announced 17 James Bond films back in the works, based on a screenplay by Michael France. France studied for his script by traveling to Russia to interview former KGB agents. With Broccoli's health deteriorating, he died 7 months after the release of Goldeneye.
Rough. His
daughter Barbara described him as taking a bit of a back seat in the film's production. Barbara and Michael G. Wilson took the lead roles in production, while Albert oversaw the production of Goldeneye as a consulting producer, credited as a presenter. Wilson wanted to frame the film in the post-Cold War era and the aftermath of the collapse of the Soviet Union, when there were concerns of the proliferation of weapons of mass destruction. Broccoli contacted Dalton again to ask if he would come back, and now found him open to the idea. In August 93, France in his first draft, continued to work on the script. In further discussion with Broccoli, Dalton expressed excitement over taking the best elements of his previous two films, combining them as a basis for one final film. Broccoli stressed that after the long gap without a film, Dalton could not come back and just do a single film, but needed to return for multiple films. Despite France's screenplay being completed by January, production was pushed back with no concrete start. In April 94, Dalton officially resigned from the role. In a 2014 interview, Dalton revealed that he agreed with Broccoli's expectation, but could not commit to appearing in 4 or 5 more films. Yeah. So that was the whole thing about, finally getting Brosnan and all that kind of shit, and Dalton backing out. And
I'll be honest. I'll be honest. I kind of walked out to blow my nose halfway in between that. Like
yeah, I know.
Right, yeah.
Yeah, I know.
Right, so, I didn't get all of it. But...
That's dope shit.
Yeah, I just, I didn't, yeah.
I know you don't care and that I just bored you and...
Whoop-de-doo.
Yes. What did I mean, Basil?
Yeah. Yeah, I love you,
the
man.
origins of the story, man.
Yeah,
that's all. I'm trying to provide
information. I like
information.
it, man. So
you don't like it. You hate it.
I love it. Whoop-de-doo. Okay, so we're moving on, right? I'm sorry. I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry. I need to work on my listening skills. I'm so sorry.
It's all good.
I love you, man.
No, you don't.
Oh, he's gonna. Oh, you're gonna beat me down.
No.
If you loved him, you
what you
would
want,
listen.
What'd you say?
I said if you loved him, you would have listened.
Yeah, there you go. All right, so our movie starts out. We're in Russia. It's bungee jumping into a dam.
Oh,
Hot damn.
Getting down in there to a chemical weapons facility in the USSR, which would have been based in 86, before the fall of the Soviet Union.
the CCCP.
Damn Soviet Unions.
the Archangel Chemical Weapons Facility in...
The coolest fucking name ever.
I don't know how to fucking say the name of the place that Archangel Chemical Weapons Facility was in. But he breaks in, to blow some shit up because...
As is tradition.
As is tradition. And, Bungie jumps down in. Pretty cool scene. Probably a little green screen involved. This is what we were kind of deciding on.
Yeah.
This was the first Bond movie to use CGI, as said in the... Yes?
I was just going to say, so, like, as he was falling, you could see, like, where his arms were. They were, like, kind of flickering up and down. Oh, yes. Almost like it was...
Yeah, that happened a couple of times.
Yeah. And, I mean, it could have been maybe just with, like, the tracking of the camera they were using. Maybe, something like that against the green screen was causing artifacts or something. But
sure.
I noticed it, and it happened more than once. I was like, that's odd.
I'm going to say a guy definitely jumped.
Yeah.
After that...
I'm sure it's, somewhere to prolong it to make it look like a bigger fall. Maybe they did some green screen stuff for it, but
yeah.
So
breaks in, drops in on a guy pooping.
Mm-hmm. Metal Gear Solid vibes.
Beg your pardon, forgot to knock. Punches that guy in the face.
Nice.
Drops in too smoothly. I don't know how he would have, flipped out.
There's not a lot of room in there.
There should have been like a oh. Okay. Fuck, shit. It should have been like a moment where he collapses and things happen, but didn't happen. It's cool. Runs into his dude in there. Alec
Baldwin.
006.
Played by Sean Bean.
Indeed.
Played by Sean Bean. Absolute American treasure.
Yes.
Who is British.
Sure. I hadn't heard of him before doing this movie and you guys talking about it, but word.
He's kind of a meme.
He's known for being killed off.
Yeah, he's known for being killed off.
Nice.
That's kind of his thing.
So that's why it made like a lot of sense that he was
killed off immediately.
Yeah. You're like, oh yeah, that sounds right.
Even though spoilers, comes back.
From the Dead by Necromancer. This was a weird movie.
It was a weird movie.
Let's get into it.
So, they get into some shit. It's cool he's already doing spy shit. A lot more spy shit than... Dalton wasn't doing a lot of spy shit.
Yeah.
A lot of these Bond movies, not a lot of spy stuff going on.
This one felt like it was like a true like spy action movie, and we got a lot of that from the start. We were creeping around, we were murking people. We already had some gadget usage like right off the bat.
Yeah.
This started off on a good vibe.
Got a couple Bondisms, right? I mean, Brosnan coming strong with the Bondisms. Dalton was a weak Bondism guy.
Yeah.
Yeah, I didn't like him at all.
Yeah. I liked him, but...
His character was a little, like, taking it too seriously.
Yeah. Like, it's not... This is James Bond. The only person who did it seriously and, like, made it work, I'd say, is Craig. But, also... Got to rewatch those movies, so we'll see if that even holds up.
Yeah.
Yeah. But so closing time, James, buy me a pint. Bunch of shooting going on. They're trying to set bombs. They blow the door open, start rushing in. Close the door, Alec. There's a draft. We're doing stuff.
Yeah, we're moving.
So then they shoot him immediately. Don't know how you fake that one. As far as like, the fake deaths type of thing.
Well,
he's got an empty round in that gun. I don't know.
But he still had the like damage on his face, you remember?
Well, he complains that that's from the explosion.
Oh.
You're like, you gave me 3 minutes, not 6.
Yeah.
It's like, well, what do you want me to be sorry? Like, he set the timer for 3. So
maybe shoot him with a blank or something like that.
He was the dude that was like, blow it all up! And it's like, of course he's got to act. To be...
For England!
You're a traitor, you gotta act a certain way, yada yada. But at the same time, it's like, you're gonna be mad, because you set the timer for 3 minutes instead of 6.
Yeah.
Chill
Which,
out.
overall, kind of seems pointless, because if the plan was just for James to be dead there, anyways.
Right.
Like...
Not to get ahead in the movie, but, like, him as a character, I just hate that, like... He's smarter than Bond. Oh, I'm smart. I've thought, I know what you're thinking. It's like, this is James fucking Bond, man. Like, come on, man. Like,
yeah, that's always been my problem with Bond in a lot of these movies. Is just like, Especially when you're a kid and you love this character, you know? Like, oh, it's James Bond, man. James is the best, you know?
Yeah.
As a kid, you get into that shit. And
Yeah.
Every time. Because you want to be able to say, it's like with sports teams, and, you know, people, oh, well, if that guy had done that, they didn't call that penalty, those fucking refs, you know, whatever.
Sure.
You know, it's like you're always doing the making excuses for your team. I hated that I had to make excuses for Bond, you know?
Yeah.
It's like, he won. Yeah, but, like, that girl had to come in at the last second. It's like, you don't talk about that. It's like, he was only there because that girl's only there because he saved her. Ah! You know.
Shut up! Go home!
Yeah, shut up!
I think like in the family bonds, that should be like the thing is all of them are just like after a big loss. You know what I mean? Like like that should be like where the whole story starts. Is like they're all kind of like roommates after, like they just like are not doing their job right anymore. You know what I mean? Like they just can't get it together.
Yeah.
You know.
That's why they all get sucked into the parallel universe, you know, because they're sitting around
Looking for like a purpose, you know.
Yeah, and that's why there's a portal that opens up, and they all try to have sex with it, but they get sucked in.
Sure.
In the Lazenby's universe,
Yeah.
Lazenby wasn't invited.
The portal was there, but he tried to have sex with it, but like he just couldn't get hard, you know.
Yeah.
And they're all like, why didn't you go through the portal? What happened? He's like,
I couldn't get hard, so I took a nap.
I took a nap.
Alright, so Alec gets wasted, supposedly. Allegedly. Gets wasted. You know, James holds up the whole thing. He's got a cart. And I just love as he's slowly wheeling across the floor. Just like, creep, creep, creep. I don't know. That's funny to me.
Yeah.
A lot of accurate shooting. Just, you know, a lot of spraying of the machine gun with unparalleled accuracy.
Yeah, there was a lot of spraying in this movie. Like, every single time there was any gunfire, there was no accuracy. There was sprinting and like,
Just like
everything was hip fire. Like,
Yeah.
like this.
a lot of
Yeah.
Like these were not trained soldiers in any capacity.
There was not a single person over that. Like when it came down to like a marksman test, they hit like 2.
Yeah.
And
Well, that's how they can get these henchmen. They're like, you know, they're rejects basically from military
Sure, yeah.
school, and they're just like, hey, you want to come make $14 an hour?
make it.
Hey,
make it
that was a
13.
lot in 95.
That's what I'm saying.
You know,
It's not bad.
Shit, and this is 86, because, you know, 9 years later is when Goldeneye takes place, so, you know.
Even better.
Good time.
How much is a gallon of gas? A good quarter.
Exactly.
Anywho,
So, he jumps on this belt, fucking sprays the locks to these, you know, other cans.
Yeah.
That
It's a good thing that was the only locking mechanism available for
well,
those things.
pinpoint accuracy.
that's exactly what I'm
and
saying. Though is like
don't
James
those explode?
James Bond.
No.
James Bond is supposed to be so observant, so like very smart,
Yeah.
right? He was able to pinpoint where this lock was, right? He looks up, he's like, "Oh, there's the lock."
It's like that's a MX340L type lock, right?
Yeah, I know that my bullet will penetrate that, right? He's a fucking butterfly expert, lock expert. He's an expert on all this shit.
Brandy.
And then you got
know.
some fucking weird 006. His number's lower than him.
He don't know shit.
Oh, no shit.
But later
Sorry.
he does.
I mean, it's just I don't know. It's like you give Bond a character flaw that's just not really it's not part of him. Like he's not supposed to be vulnerable like that. You know what I mean?
I'd feel the same way.
Anyway, anywho, back to the butterfly expert.
Okay, we talked about that. And then so he's chasing down a plane, gets in it, gets kicked out, steals a motorcycle. He's way behind the plane, and he jumps off, and apparently he falls, catches up with the plane, is able to pull it up out of the mountain. There's just no fucking way.
Red Bull did it.
I'd say Mythbusters should give it.
They pull it out of a mountain. I mean, you know, because you're down in that canyon.
Yeah.
There's a lot
Could have
of...
been a big canyon.
There's a lot of wind though, man. It's like a wind turbine in there, you know, so you can pick up some drag. I don't know how planes work or mountains. So,
Mountains
Wouldn't
work.
you pick up some drag then?
well, I mean, like, here's what I'm imagining, right? It's pretty dense. You know what I mean? Because all the air is kind of like,
Like James Bond.
yeah, and me, right? So like, I don't know what the fuck I'm talking about. We'll leave it there.
Okay.
That shit don't make no sense.
All right. So then that just didn't make any sense. And then the explosion wasn't visually outstanding when he flies the plane and the facility explodes. Also, if it's a chemical weapons facility, is that going to be kind of a...
OSHA's going to be involved.
I don't know about OSHA, but I don't know what kind of chemicals we talking. I don't know. Is there some fallout going on?
Sure. I mean, I don't really know how.
Who cares? It's in Russia.
I mean, Russia's huge, so I mean, there is that.
Yeah.
Listen, you throw.
You know what happened the next day when James got news that like 48,000 people died due to exposure to the toxic chemicals there? He said, "Good."
He had a martini and jerked off about it
At 9:30 in the morning.
It's part of the job. I'm trying to master the Brosnan because he's so much more subtle.
Yeah.
You know, he's got the softest, but he can be there. You know, in an argument with the guy later. Yeah.
Quiet shouting.
Yeah. How do you like this song?
was fine.
It was chill.
It was okay. It was chill. I liked the opening credits more. Watching the visuals.
Visuals were good.
Yeah,
Yeah,
a lot of
visuals.
visible nipples.
Felt very 90s.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Little Spy Kids vibe
Wow.
to it a little bit.
Wow.
You know what I mean?
Wow. Yeah.
Like, do you feel that
Yeah.
though?
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah.
I liked it better until you pointed that out.
I was thinking more Shark Boy and Lava Girl, but
I mean,
Same guy, Robert
Yeah.
Rodriguez.
no, I was joking.
I didn't.
I
know
didn't
that.
see Shark Boy Lava
Me
Girl,
neither.
but
Me neither. I just know it was a thing. It was like we're at that age where it was like I watched Spy Kids. We probably watched Spy Kids and Spy Kids 2 and
Spy Kids
Spy
3D.
Kids 3D.
And then we were too old for Shark Kid and Lava Girl because that was for kids.
See, that's the crazy thing. So I was watching that Robert Rodriguez stuff when we did Planet Terror. I had no idea that even existed.
Really?
I'd never heard of Shark Boy and Lava Girl.
Really?
Never.
I thought it was pretty
Because it had that one girl and it had
a little wolf from
Taylor
Twilight.
Lautner,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah.
Like I said,
Okay.
Yeah.
I literally just heard about it, and then I was like, "Oh, cool." Robert Rodriguez did a thing.
Yeah, I remember being a kid and it coming out and me being like not interested. My sister went and saw it, I'm pretty sure. So like I'm sure it did really well. I just was like a little bit too old for it. Like I was a little bit too old for Dora the Explorer, but I know all the shit. Come on, Bob, you know what I mean? Like I didn't watch it.
I always wanted to watch it to get Spanish, and then after a while, you're like, you're just watching a cartoon. She says like 3 words every 10 minutes, you know.
It's like, okay, I've got these down.
Muy bien.
Yeah. Vámonos.
Yeah. Swipe or no swiping. That's not fucking Spanish.
Like that's the thing. You really want like this like kids screaming Spanish at you and shit like this. You know what I mean? It's like just turn on Telemundo.
Because the parents aren't watching the show. They don't know Spanish.
Right.
The kids are just learning a secret language. So that's how we brainwash kids.
Family bonds.
Don't tell your mom and dad the secret code is 569.
This is so off topic, but not really off topic, I guess. But I was recently the Cat in the Hat.
Yeah.
Right. It was just playing in the background, and I forget exactly what the old lady character was, but she was an old lady and she was sitting on the couch. The kids were like, everything was going crazy in the house. You know, Cat in the Hat.
Yeah.
Everything's going crazy in the house.
Yeah.
And the kids are sitting on the couch, and the old lady's sitting on the couch, and everything's going crazy. And just for no reason, the old lady says, "Stop big government." So what the? I was like, what? And I was like, what? Did you guys hear that? I went and rewinded it myself, and it was like, she literally was just like, "Stop big government." I'm like, come on, like, are you serious right now? You're just gonna slip that in? Not even like you know how like they do a quick product placement. It's like, whoa, like but this was just like,
Zoom in on the face. Stop big government.
It's like like the Hypnotoad from fucking Futurama. It's like, wow, I like this show. Anywho, sorry, I didn't mean to interrupt with Hypnotoad.
The game, or the name, Goldeneye,
Yes.
pays homage to James Bond's creator, Ian Fleming, while working for British Naval Intelligence as a lieutenant commander. Fleming liaised with the Naval Intelligence Division to monitor developments in Spain after the Spanish Civil War in an operation codenamed Operation Goldeneye. Fleming used the name of this operation for his estate in Orcabessa,
Jamaica.
That's cool.
Just so you know.
Yeah, that's cool.
Goldeneye is just like a cool ass code name for anything.
That is a cool code name. I thought it was going to be really kind of pretentious and him kind of being like,
There's a guy that's
back
like,
when I was in the
Goldeneye.
Navy, they called me Goldeneye. It's like, well,
Maybe he has like a golden eye somehow. Just like,
yeah, like I could make up any.
Or, like just honey brown gold eyes.
It's so pretty.
Yeah.
So pretty. Just those real auburn, like hazel. Man, take him out for a picnic. Have a
Touch
couple.
him a bit.
I mean, not really get sensual or anything like that, but maybe like a couple pots of tea. You know what I mean? Just a nice afternoon. Maybe walk in the park.
Hold hands.
Like I said, man, nothing too sensual, man. Just kind of, just get to know each other first. You know what I mean?
Of course.
You know. Anyway.
So then, we come back and he's driving this girl through the hills of God knows where.
Oh yeah.
And
and she's
Probably
losing
Southern
her shit.
California.
here we go to another
Definitely.
Bondism, right? Yeah, isn't it amazing how England looks nothing like Southern California? She says, I enjoy Spirited Ride as much as the next girl, but, and then driving, she's like, Ferrari rolls up with Xenia on a top. There's our Bond girl name for this movie.
Yeah.
Gotta love it.
Horny bitch.
Our innuendo name this week. And he says, she goes, who's that? And he goes, the next girl. Not bad.
Yeah, that's a good Bondism.
We're loaded in this one.
This-
Loaded compared to the Dalton movies,
This
anyway.
is like a minigun full of Bondisms.
And they weren't all just like flat as shit, like they just like stapled them into scenes.
Yeah.
Like they weren't bad.
That's what I'm saying.
No.
They did some damage.
Yeah.
It was a very efficient weapon.
Very efficient.
Confirmed.
And she also goes, you're just showing off the size of your
Engine.
She goes, ego.
God, annoying. Get out of my car, lady.
So they race down the mountain. They knock over some bikers. Xenia on a top is almost not on a top the mountain anymore. Spins out.
Cackling.
And,
She is crazy.
she just loves some pain. Gives her pleasure.
She's a
Yeah.
sadist.
She's a psycho.
Is that sadomasochism? What is that's sadist?
Sadomasochism?
Yeah. What is it where you like pain? It's a sadist, right?
Maybe. I don't know.
A sadist, I feel like, is inflicting pain. A masochist would be like receiving pain.
So a sadomasochist would be like self.
They're a team player. They can go both ways.
Sure. Okay, I see. Okay. Anywho.
So she's like, I made you stop this car once. And so he stops. I had no problem with authority.
Yes, that's what he
And
did
then
to
he's
her later.
Yeah. He's got, of course, the old... By the way, he's driving the old, classic Connery Aston Martin DB5. So a little homage, era change, little homage to the old. I dig it.
It's tasteful.
Tasteful. That car definitely would not have kept up with that Ferrari down that mountain, though.
This thing maxes out at 55 miles an hour.
Yeah.
I'm sorry,
course.
kilometers.
He replaced all the ejecto seats and oil slick and bullet shields for the fucking champagne in the center console.
Yeah, because drinking and driving is something that should be encouraged.
And it's chilled
Yeah.
on top of everything else. And he's got glasses right there. And so he says, let's toast your evaluation. And then camera leaves the car. A very thorough evaluation. That's hot.
That's how my next driving test is gonna go. It's gonna be some big fat black lady. Like
Put your hand on her thigh and be like,
she's like real like mean the entire time, you know what I mean? And I get back and I'm like, how about a beer? And she's like, get out of my fucking car.
Exactly. Some money. Xenia on the top. They have a whole thing at the casino. Yada yada. He takes pictures of the boat she's on, and Moneypenny sends him a transmission in the car. Moneypenny's a dirty, dirty girl. She's got a new actor in this movie. Actress. Excuse me. The end of the transmission is, I trust you'll stay on the top of things.
I like that.
So-
She got to make a pun.
Yeah.
And then it was the
Moneypennyism.
obvious name pun.
Yeah. Apparently, Xenia Onatopp kills people with her legs. She's got some mad...
Is that confirmed, or is that just like...
That is the common theme. Unless she is shooting darts out of her vagina.
Well, no, see, she's got these knee pads, see, and those have like little poison tips on either side, so when she squeezes them in, it injects the poison.
Well, then Bond should have been dead twice.
Well, Bond is obviously immune to most types of poison due to his spy training early on.
That is like one of my favorite scenes in the movie
training.
Spy. It's just when they go... Have you ever seen the movie Spy? Just them... No.
Trying to think of which one it is.
It's a Melissa McCarthy movie.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah. Just that whole scene where they're going back and forth, and he's saying all this crazy shit he's done. And he's like, I've swallowed enough microchips and shit them back out to build a whole computer. I have... he's like, I was in a... It's so ridiculous, too. It's like, I'm immune to 43 different types of poison. I know that because I was in a like a cockfighting ring, but instead of cockfighting, it was injecting people with different types of poison and betting on whether or not they die.
Fucking brutal.
I had this fucking arm ripped off and sewed back on with this fucking arm. And it's Statham, so he's just being all ridiculous. I love it. Anyway. Kills people with the legs, apparently. Because that's the common theme. Apparently, I don't know how you kill someone by wrapping someone's stomach up with your legs.
You break their spine.
Yeah, she's got some spine breakers on it.
I mean, what else?
I don't know how powerful her legs could possibly be.
That's what I'm saying.
And you'd think, like, if you were just holding them in place, like they're right there, just shoot them.
Right.
Like, save yourself some time.
Exactly.
I can see you suffocating somebody, but that would be about, like, it.
Because, like, every time, she got a hold of Bond, he's always like,
What's crazy?
Sorry, what was he like?
Yeah, like, he really kind of made it a fucking big deal, like he was getting squeezed to death, so...
Yeah, I mean, she must have some fucking death squeezers.
Yeah, death squeezers, yeah, I agree.
Crush me with your thighs.
Some watermelon. Thigh crushing, watermelon crushing thighs. There you go.
Love the internet, man.
Love the internet. At least that guy died happy. She killed a general after a night of lovemaking. Bond's running around investigating the situation. He falls out of the closet.
Happy.
Big smile on his face.
Definitely the horniest James Bond movie we've had so far, and mostly just because of that character. I mean, we get a little bit more with James Bond throughout this, but that character is like the horniest fucking thing ever.
It was titillating. I was writhing in my seat.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, it had to have been intentional in some kind of way. That sex had to have been selling in.
It's the 90s.
In 94.
Yeah. In Sync, Britney Spears.
You go decade by decade. I mean,
Justin Timberlake.
Sex just keeps selling more and more.
Yeah.
Gangnam Style. But the 90s were crazy.
What?
A little early on that one, but that's cool. Boris is dirtier, creepier Daniel Radcliffe.
Oh!
It's a Jason statement.
Hey, nice. I definitely got that. I was like, man, he really does have a certain vibe. I was thinking McLovin a little bit,
A little bit,
McLovin,
I think that.
Yeah, I was trying to think. Daniel Radcliffe's in a movie. It's like something Akimbo or Akimbo something. And he just looks like insane and rough in that. And that Daniel Radcliffe, I feel like we could just copy and paste him over and it'd be the same person.
His big catchphrase is, I am invincible! And he likes to call the Americans slugheads.
Slugheads.
Yeah, I got a little offended with that one.
Oh, you offended?
Yeah, a little offended, man.
I don't know what that means. My head is not a slug. It's not made of slug.
Yeah, no, I see where you guys would be offended about it. You referenced the song Crazy Bitch, Fuck So Good I'm on top of it. I'm on a top of it. So, just had to...
Harleyism.
Had to Harleyism. Throw that one in there. Moneypenny's Dirty Girl. they have a conversation, and she's all dressed up. She's like, I was on a date. He was devastated. And then she's like, James, you never had me. Whoa. And then it's like, what's the punishment for sexual harassment? Someday I have to make good on all your innuendos. So she is just asking for it.
It wasn't properly caught on camera, but there was a large pool at her feet.
Yeah, but this is how you know it's
a
the
large
90s.
tent in Pierce Brosnan's pants.
This is how you know it's deep 90s, because she's like, this could be sexual harassment. And it's like, he's pretty much like, you want it. And then it's like,
she's like, maybe.
The next scene is pretty much, it could be pretty much like him and HR, like, I'm sorry, we have to let you go. We have to let you go. Like, that would
be a twist, yeah, that'd be great.
Yeah, like, wow. It's like, why'd you have to throw that in the fucking movie? You know what I mean? Like, come on.
There definitely is like a girl power vibe overall
through
some of these, though, where like the women are a little bit more in control and less disposable.
Which is cool, you know what I mean? But like, stay in your lane. Like, just fucking be here. Like, don't make it a goddamn commentary right now. Okay, we're here to watch. We want to see titties. Like, don't throw titties all over the first goddamn the cinematic.
Are we respecting women or are we objectifying them? Make a sense.
You know what I mean? She's coming in strong. You're like, all right, cool. But then Moneypenny's like, just fuck me right here in the office. Don't tell Harvey. You know what I mean? Then, you know, it's just a mess. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Anywho, sorry.
Yeah, well, you know, M, to your point, M comes in. They're talking, and she goes, because I think you're a sexist, misogynist dinosaur.
There you go. It's like, there you go.
That hit hard. That was good. It was kind of nice to see someone, rag on James like this, though.
Yeah, she really went in. And which is, you know, abnormal, because usually he goes in. So, you know.
Well, you know, pegging's a thing, so.
It goes down to Q Branch, Desmond Llewellyn. Going strong.
MVP.
Sorry about the leg, Q. Skiing. And then a missile fires out of his cast.
The fucking coolest, most unnecessary gadget.
He goes, hunting! Gadgets provided to him in this movie. Belt, pen, and car. Car, let me just say, I'm a little pissed. You know, it's literally just the fucking product placement for BMW for that little convertible, because all he does, first of all, how does it get transported to this random? They're in Cuba. You know, it just gets, they just drop it off in Cuba for him.
Yep.
You know, whatever. Just so he has a little thing to drive around for a little while. And he's literally just there's it's in the movie for 2 minutes.
Yeah.
He's driving around with her.
It's not used for any cool shit too. We use none of the.
And Q says, yeah, good.
We use none of the tools that are in there. It's literally just there for him to drive up, meet with Wade, right?
Jack Wade, CIA. Yeah.
Just a waste of the vehicle. Because it could have done at least a handful of cool
headlights.
Shit. Yeah, at least shoot him at something.
Yeah.
Even Wade could have done that. That would have been a nice
been
extra scene if he's looking for the headlights, smack something, and then just a missile goes off into the ocean.
Or if Wade accidentally blows up the plane.
Yeah.
You know?
Need a ride?
Yeah.
I like Wade.
I like Jack Wade, for sure. We'll get to him.
He had good vibe.
But he used the belt, used the pen.
He had a laser watch too, but he had that already.
Yeah, they didn't debrief on it. Bond says, they say the pen's mightier than the sword. And Q says, thanks to me, they were right. And then, you know, Bond picks up a sandwich and he's looking at it. And he's like, don't touch that! That's my lunch. Anyway, just like Q. Had to get that one out.
Q's a big sandwich. That was a huge...
I think they call it a hero sandwich.
Might have been an 18er, though. I mean, there's a foot long. That might have been an 18er.
He had it by the middle, don't touch my sandwich.
And it was flopping. You know, that might have been an 18er.
Yeah.
You know?
Q's gonna...
Had some gusto. Take note, McAllisters.
Yeah. I like that the guy in the background just...
Yeah.
just gets blown back. Just all sorts of shenanigans going on in Q Branch. I love it.
You have to have a little bit of fun.
So we meet Jack Wade.
Mm-hmm. The coolest fucking guy.
He's supposed to have this code about, you know, I didn't even write the code down because, you know, it's for stiff-ass Brits, you know. Because he goes, another stiff-ass Brit. One of these days, you guys learn just to drop it. And then, Bond's like, what is it? And, he says it to him, and then he goes, show me the rose. Please, no. And then the rose is a tattoo that says Muffy. And then Jack Wade's like, third wife. Jack Wade, CIA. James Bond, stiff-ass Brit.
What is that rose supposed to be? That's supposed to be like saying
it's a guy with a rose, so can identify him.
I see.
And it was a rose by another name. No, okay. It's fine.
I missed that one.
That's something was like, I think calling like a woman like a rose by another name. Something like that. Some poetry thing, some writing thing, some bullshit. Now that I've had to explain it and not entirely know what it's about, kind of loses all effect here.
Less and less confident by the minute.
Yeah. We can fix that in post.
And he just keeps calling Bond Jimbo and Jimmy. I love he's just straight up.
Yeah, like as soon as they did the introduction, they as far as he was concerned, him and Jimbo were best friends.
Oh yeah.
I think we talked about that with like the landscape Bond. You know what I mean? Like Jimmy Bond.
He's Jim now. Yeah.
Jim Bond.
Goes by Jim now. He'll take a bottle. Or he'll take draft, not bottle. Yeah, deals on bottles.
I'll take a bottle.
Yeah. And then, of course, nice ride. Hasn't failed me yet. Next scene is they're fucking working on it. Fuck. God damn it. Another thing I wanted to say, I don't remember.
It was about him asking for the tools and stuff and calling him Jimbo. And
oh, yeah, the names and then the fucking...
Jamothy.
Oh, well. So he takes him to this spy. Former spy. Former KGB agent. Zukovsky. And this is time number 1. James Bond absolutely should have fucking died. I think I count 6 times where he, definitely, no question, should have fucking died.
Yeah.
This Zukovsky guy hates him. Puts a gun to Zukovsky's head. Doesn't even walk in hey, I want to talk to you about something. Just goes right to...
Yeah.
It's okay, man.
Well, that's the thing. I mean, since he's already got a history with him, he's got to open up on the dominating foot. Because otherwise, how else is he going to convince him to help him? But then
he gets dominated right away.
Yeah.
And
James kind of sucks at his job.
Terrible spy.
Yeah.
Terrible spy.
He did pretty good in the beginning, but then
yeah.
we slipped up a little bit.
Yeah, so he's talking to Zukovsky, and Zukovsky wants to shoot him in the nuts. Insults his mistress on stage. Zukovsky's got some kind of club going on. His mistress can't sing.
Yeah.
Definitely, I agree.
It's what you do. It's like, hey, how do I make her happy? She's like, I want to sing. It's like, fine, I'll buy this club so you can sing. And you notice it's fucking empty.
Yeah.
Who's strangling the cat?
Shoots inches from his balls.
So, my mistress.
Yes, my mistress. Very. Anyway. So that's time number 1. They should have just killed him right there. Roll credits. Episode presented by IBM.
Yep.
IBM's everywhere. Loves Zukovsky. He goes, oh, helicopter. I have 6 helicopters. Bond's like, you have 3 and none fly. He's like,
who's counting?
Who's counting?
It's James. James is counting.
James is counting. You, apparently, Zukovsky. So he agrees. He's got some deal where Zukovsky gets money. Something about a hearse. I don't really care. Bond and Xenia have their little confrontation. She's the one who's going to take him to Janice. Yeah. To Janice, who ends up being Alec 006.
Uh-oh.
Oh no, back from the dead. He's mad because he didn't set the timer for 6 minutes. Time number 2 that Bond definitely should have died but survived due to ego because he just put a fucking sleeper dart in him so he can get killed in some elaborate way that he can easily get out of.
Classic shit. I mean,
classic shit.
Literally par for the
course. God, you do this every time!
See, what I don't understand is like disable him, cut his Achilles tendon or something so he can't run away. Chop his hands off. If he's gonna die, just let him
I don't know the typical location of eject buttons, but it's very convenient that Bond had it right by his head.
Yeah. I mean,
he's able to hit that eject button with his forehead.
That almost kind of makes sense. You'd want your eject button to be near you, but also I can imagine, like, you know, if you're flying, going side to side, if you cut a turn too hard, then you're just fucking sent.
Yeah.
It's like, listen, I think we need to redesign the cockpit. The trainees, they keep on ejecting. Anytime they make a hard left-hand turn, and it's costing us a lot of money.
Yeah. I didn't mention Bond and Xenia. He was swimming in some weird ass pool.
It looked like it was supposed to be like a public bath kind of thing.
Something Russian.
It seemed sacrificial.
He did.
Yeah, it's got all like the pillars around it.
Yeah, very ritual. Very ritualistic. I don't know.
That's where Xenia meets him. We got a Bondism. You know, she's like, says something. Oh, you won't be needing that. It depends on your definition of safe sex. And then she proceeds to bite his lip, and things get rough, and she's wrapped around his waist, and she just slams her all over the room. He puts her ass down on what I'm guessing is
the stove, probably.
Stove, that's where all the steam's coming from. Yeah, steam room, right? Sure. And that's bare ass on steam or stove that had to hurt like hell.
Oh yeah, she loved it.
Gets enough space to be able to flip her over his shoulder, which I thought just loved it.
Yeah, throw a water bucket at the henchman coming in to take care of business.
Yeah, like you got him real quick. Yeah.
Picks up his gun. No more foreplay.
You know, grab more agua.
Because that is Bond.
Bond hates foreplay.
Wakes up. We got our next Bondism. You know, he wakes up in the helicopter after 006, formerly known as the artist formerly known as 006. Puts a sleeper dart in him. Wakes up. Mister! She's freaking the fuck out. Do something to get us out of here. And he says, I'm a little tied up. Classic, right?
Hold on, real quick. The way you were saying Mister reminds me of like Happy Gilmore when the AC unit fell on the
I think I killed that Mista lady. I think I gotta go. I think I killed that Mista lady.
I was like, oh my gosh. Classic.
Yeah, that was good. Do something a little tied up. Fantastic. Time number 3, Bond should have died for sure. He's in the interrogation room. And I just love the interaction that happens. You know, Bond's like, it's the problem in the world anymore. You know, people... No, it's just bullshit about not a good interrogation.
Yeah.
People don't know a good...
It's a lost art.
Yeah, lost art. The sinister interrogation. That's what Bond says. Definitely should have died. But, you know, he finds his way out of there. Omurov.
So, grand scheme of things, like, I feel like shooting the Minister of Defense, like, that shouldn't be a decision you make very lightly.
Yeah, and Omurov made it in an instant.
Yeah, he was like...
You know, because he was
Fuck!
on to him.
Brah, brah, brah.
Yeah. Yeah, just went at it, and then...
It's like, I'm sure there won't be that many consequences for this.
And, of course, he's, you know, slow to kill Bond. Unloads the gun, you know, throws it back at Bond.
He's writing his fan fiction as he goes.
Yeah, he's like, oh, and you got killed, you got shot on your way out. And all the shit goes down, she gets captured, Bond steals a tank. Tank scene's very cool.
That's pretty sweet.
Driving a tank around the city.
It did drag on a little bit, though. There's always some kind of scene that's like boat chase Vietnam flashbacks, and by the end of it, it got there. But it's a tank, though, so like just the sheer novelty of it is making it way cooler.
Yeah.
Than a boat chase.
I mean, when it pops through, they're getting away, and then just this tank pops through, and James is up there driving. I mean, it's sweet.
Yeah,
it's awesome.
Miss Daisy.
So then they get on a train because she's captured, and Bond sees it, and he's like, you know, continues on. And it's a good thing Bond has such a comprehensive knowledge of the railway systems in Russia. Artist formerly known as 006 is really mad about the 3-minute bomb thing. Just won't let it go.
Yeah.
Sets Bond's timer for 3 minutes.
That really sticks with him.
It seems like you might just set the timer for as soon as I'm out of range of the blast.
Or you just shoot him.
Or shoot him.
Didn't he plan on betraying him anyway, though? He was a traitor anyway. So what is what is the significance of the 3 minutes?
That's what I said before. Is like what he was being a traitor anyway. Why is he so mad? Bond said it for 3 minutes, but it's because now his face looks like that.
He's really caught up on his aesthetic speed.
He's all about vanity,
But fuck, I mean, get some money, get some surgery done.
Well, you gotta remember this is '95. I don't think we've made as many progressions in plastic surgery quite yet. You know what I mean?
I see.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, I think you can get your face fixed at this point.
Get your face here. Or we could have done like a Two-Face kind of thing where he gets like just somebody else's face.
Yeah.
On the other side.
I mean, it is fiction, so maybe they could have done that, obviously. He's like, I got my face fixed, Bond. That would have been the better thing is if he's like, see? And Bond's like,
what?
Yeah.
It didn't used to look like this. I used to be ugly. But now I'm not.
I don't notice it.
Oh, fucking 3 minutes.
So they get off the train. She finds out where they are because of Boris is backing up his files or something.
Yeah.
Whoop-de-doo! What's it all mean, Basil?
Yeah.
Yeah. So they get off the train. Bond breathes heavy. There's a couple Bondisms in there that I didn't want to write down because it was just... He's just really breathing heavy right in her face.
It's kind of gross.
Something about lip service and standard operating procedure, yada yada.
Yeah, I can't believe that they didn't edit out his just fucking panting in the microphone.
Yeah. But, he's so encapsulated.
Yeah.
With her,
Let's talk about how the tank shot the train and, there was really, nothing happened. I don't know how trains work.
Yeah, me either.
But, my mindset is, if a tank shoots you, you should probably explode.
Mm-hmm.
That's just the natural conclusion to things. So I don't understand why, it was oh, no, I'm a little bit on fire.
Yeah.
But other than that, I'm fine.
And then it hits the tank, and
then it's oh, full stop. It's it can survive a fucking tank shell, but it can't drive through a shell of a tank.
Now, to be honest, it is only a 4-car train, if we're fair on the getting stopped thing. So that makes sense, but it should have exploded, I agree. Yeah.
Fucking plot armor on your trains.
Got that plot armor. Gotta have it.
Hey, have you stopped by the plot armor store lately? We're running low.
How'd the car get to Cuba? We said that. Wade gets there. Hey, Jimbo! Can't remember Q's name. Hey, your buddy, T.S. He's like, Q. Yeah, Q. Dropped y'all some bubba-dibba-dibba-dib. They talk. He gives Wade the car. Again, just pissed about the car. The car did nothing cool. I'm just real mad about the car. That's all I'm saying.
Big waste.
Hey, Jimbo. Wade's like, did you check her out? Bond.
Head to toe.
Head to toe.
Classic.
And then Bond says, yo, Wade.
Yeah.
To throw him
just the most awkward thing. We had to rewind it. We were like, did he just say, yo, Wade?
Yeah.
Yeah, definitely threw me off a little bit.
Kind of Bondism. He's like, don't touch any of those buttons. I'm just going to go bombing around. He goes, exactly. Half and half Bondism. Whatever. Time number 4, Bond should have died. Why didn't the rocket blow up the fucking plane? It just wounded the plane. They're driving over the lake looking for the satellite. Missile comes up, just blows a hole in the plane. Similar thing happened at the end of License to Kill last movie where it just hits the back fin. I think missiles are supposed to make things... I think missiles are supposed to explode.
No, these are just piercing rounds.
Yeah, these are piercing rounds.
We just put holes in things. We're more for inconvenience rather than destruction.
Right. I don't really understand Xenia's death. He hooks the wire she came down to back onto her, and then shoots at the helicopter. The helicopter's like, and of course Bond hits the guy from the ground when he can't see, and he's being suffocated by Xenia's legs on his stomach because it all makes sense. And the helicopter crashes. She gets pulled into a tree. There's a tree going, like a Y, and she gets caught, and nothing rips off of her. I was expecting like a real like horror movie type death, like maybe her spine rips out of her back or something. I don't know.
The very least they could have done to make this like kind of a gruesome death, but like we still keep the tone. Yeah, just like a snap or crackle sound, and we just see like kind of like silhouette body get flung away or something. So we don't have to see her fucking snap in half, but she was just like, this is kind of uncomfortable. I'm dead.
Yeah, so I don't really understand her death, so that's goofy. But as she's dead, him and useless whore number 2 are looking at her, and Bond goes, "She always did enjoy a good squeeze." There you go.
But she wasn't really being squeezed.
No, we're not going to talk about
squeezing me.
She always did enjoy squeezing me. And then they're in the building and they're being questioned, and this is time number 5. They definitely should have died because, like, just kill him when he gets captured and you're questioning him and discussing the plans with him and all this shit. Just shoot him instead of discussing what's going to happen with him. Yeah. I love how James will try to take the moral high ground. It's like, well, and not even moral high ground. Like, he tries to get on the level of, like, he's like, well, you're just like a pathetic criminal because, like, you're just stealing money.
You're just a common thief.
And it's like, yeah, dude, like, money's cool. What do you think I got into this for?
Look around you. This shit is expensive.
Like, if I was that Pondville, like, what do you think I got into this for, dude?
But,
like,
overall, though, like, the technology involved with this, the potential capacity for damage, and he's like, I need some cash.
Well, sure. But his other thing is, well, we didn't
fuck England.
Is fuck England. We didn't talk about the Leans, Cossacks, or whatever.
The Kosai family, yeah.
The Kosai family. Apparently, it was like some soldiers a group of people that were...
They were allied with the Nazis.
They wanted to surrender to the U.S. and Britain rather than Russia because Russia was going to kill them. And then Britain was like, yeah, we'll save you. And then they put them on trains and buses and sent them to Russia, and then Russia killed everybody. And so this was as is tradition, and that's what dude was so unhappy about. So his thing's fuck England and get money, and fuck England and get money. Yeah, that was funny. So. However it goes, he had some explanation that made him like, whatever. He's like, oh no, I'm more than that.
That's a segment we could do is like shitty motive explanations.
Yeah.
Fuck England, get money.
Yeah. Anyway, money's awesome, dude. Time number 5 should have been dead. He's talking to Bond. Stupid double take because the timer's counting down on when the shit's gonna blow up, and he goes 25 minutes and 41 seconds.
That's such a fucking Austin Powers thing too. It's like, what the fuck?
I just want to love a drawn out scene of him being like 40, 39, 38, 37, and then Bond's like,
that's how a countdown works.
Are you gonna keep doing this? And the guy just can't stop. He's like, 19, 18 months. All right, well, I'm gonna go.
Yeah, I'm getting out of here.
Wait, like you just see the panic intensify in his eyes, but he still has to count down.
70, 60, 25 minutes flat, 24:59. Yeah, I love that. It's funny. Useless whore number 2 is very snippety. Bond's saving her life over and over again, and she's always saying,
fine.
"Oh, fine, thanks." It's like, relax, bitch. I know you're fine. I just saved you.
Jesus,
I'm a professional.
Time number 6, Bond should have just died. The confrontation in the antenna. Like, Alec, just shoot him, man. You gotta talk. He's like, Bond, just so you know, I've always been better. And it's like, then we're gonna stare in each other's eyes for a moment.
Yeah. He's like, get on your knees. I'm gonna come on you before I kill you.
Yeah. And then Bond stomps on some. Apparently there's a trapdoor, and the ladder falls down. And, of course, that makes Alec miss that he stomped on the trapdoor. And, great, man.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
And then the antenna fucking exploded because a pipe was stuck in one of the...
Yeah, we didn't get a good explanation on the antenna exploding. What Bond did was shove a pipe in the way in the gears so it couldn't turn to get the right coordinates. And then Boris was freaking out By the way, Boris is a traitor. And he was in there going, I can break our codes. Oh, we forgot the pen exploding.
Yeah, he was fucking helicoptering this pen around.
Yeah.
Clicking it.
Alec takes the pen. He's like, how's Q? Up to his usual shenanigans or whatever the fuck he says. And then, of course, that's the pen Boris picks up, and he's a twirler, and he only keyboards with one hand. That was driving you crazy. It's like, it's gonna
I was like, bro, use both hands. It'll save us so much time.
But, of course, he's going click, 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 and it's 3 times, and then there's a timer, and it blows up.
So Bonner's just sitting there like, did I miss a click? Oh,
yeah, he's like, And then, he's pointing at useless whore, and, he's like, what's the codes? And then Bond smacks it out of his hand, bullet holes. I don't know why there's these gas tankers down in the fucking, at the place. We never figured it out.
Nope.
I don't know why there's liquid nitrogen there.
So shit can explode.
Yeah, I mean...
That seems convenient for that, yeah.
I mean, I suppose if you're a secret base under a lake that you can drain at your convenience, I guess you need gas, right? Because you're probably going on generators and shit to run everything. So maybe that's what all the gas is. But then
it's not very like OSHA friendly, I feel like you shouldn't have highly explosive materials like in your daily workplace, like
right in the other room.
Yeah.
OSHA is not in this. OSHA is like
no, in this multiverse.
Yeah,
OSHA was never.
There's no.
I would love to see villain OSHA.
Yeah. Like I'm imagining SpongeBob, like the man. I'm trying to remember how the episode goes, but it's Mermaid Man and Barnacle Boy, and they're like in a. I think there's all the villains are together, and they're in like this cave, man. Man, I wish I wasn't so fucking stoned so I could really put this into words, but it's I'm unable to.
That's all right.
Yeah, you can cut that. You can pause real quick. Just cut that out.
Yeah, we'll cut. I'll get it.
My run with evil OSHA would be that they keep on going to MI6 and having to write them up for things and impeding their work being done. Then that's how they get them. So it's they work for the supervillains or whatever, and they're like, oh, this isn't up to code. We're gonna have to shut you down. And they're just like, come on! Going through the list and be like, Dr. Evil has a EMP satellite bullshit. He's about to explode the England. And he's like, it's just not up to code. You can't go out today. You got to get this fixed now.
Yeah. Yeah, I dig it. Bond drops Alec off of the top of the antenna. For England, James? For me. Why did it explode? Why do they have liquid nitrogen there? Don't know. Boris gets frozen to death by the liquid nitrogen.
Is no longer invincible.
After he says, I am invincible! Because everything collapses around him and he's like, sure, he's going to die.
Yeah. It is kind of nice that a minor character got a catchphrase that stuck through to the end of the movie.
Yeah. Why did it explode? Yada yada. Helicopter gate. He's contacting gunship, and then I guess.
Yeah, it did make a lot of sense. So, homegirl had a gun pointed at the dude flying the helicopter, and was like, get over there and we'll pick James up. So then they pick James up off the antenna. They go fly away to a very sexy patch of grass. James hops out, she hops out, and then the dude, instead of just, shooting both of them and then fucking off, is just oh, thank God I got out of that one alive. I'm gonna go now. And, just...
Yeah.
Whatever.
So... Oh, thanks for writing penis here.
You're welcome.
Anyhow, they
have sex on the top
they're starting...
of some Marines.
Yeah, Xenia's not there, though. They want to have sex in the grass, and she's like, what if someone sees? And Bond's like, no. There's no one for miles. And then, Jack Wade comes up, and then all his Marines come out of the grass. They're all in ghillie suits. They're literally going to give, 15 Marines a show.
That was kind of cool, though. It's always, fun when it's the people in stealth just pop up real quick, and it's like, oh, shit.
Yeah. And it's funny how Jack was like, hey, call us in if you need it. And then Bond was like, nah, Just never called him in.
Yeah. Like, we could have saved you a lot of hassle. That looked like that was really expensive. Everything blew up.
Yeah. And then we got a Jack Wadeism. Perhaps you two would like to finish debriefing each other at Guantanamo Bay. Because apparently that's the nearest U.S.
Where's that? It's
satellite,
like
I
in Cuba,
suppose.
isn't it?
I think so.
I'm pretty sure it is too.
Don't know. And that is Goldeneye.
Not bad.
Harley, if you had to rate this movie and why. Actually, first. If you had to give a bad summary to this movie, how would you do it?
Let me start by saying real quick that I'm like a mixture of like a little stoned and I'm pretty tired. So, bad summary for this movie would be, oh my god, alright. Russian circus freak devours British man's face for cash. I don't know. I that's my bad summary. What I would rate this movie, man, at this point, like a 5. I don't even fucking. I am so fucking done with James Bond. I'll be honest. No, I mean, I shouldn't give it an honest. I can't give it an honest review because, like, I mean, I think I can because, like, I really wasn't that tired going into it. Yeah, I shouldn't be this tired. But
it made you tired.
It
was so bad it made you tired.
I was just bored.
Sure,
definitely bored.
This also isn't your type of movie.
Yeah, I don't like. I don't know. I'm not really big into action movies. I guess. And you know, it's. You can kind of read the formula. You know, you can kind of read the formula before the movie even starts. So we watched, how many you said, 377 of these? 17.
Close.
So,
just a hair off.
Just a hair off. And if I have to get an honest rating, I mean, maybe 6.7, maybe 6.6.
Okay. Did you want to stick with, you said like 6.3 for License to Kill. I didn't know if you wanted to stick with it, because you were pretty low on the movie. Do you want like a flat 6, or do you want a 6.3, or?
Where are we at?
I just did 6 point, because I was like, he might want to change it. So, don't look at the budgets.
Oh yeah, I'm not looking. Yeah, I'll just keep it a 6.3. Okay. And actually make this one a 6.3 as well.
Okay.
Yeah.
Jason, your terrible summary and your rating.
Local Englishman. Local dead man. Survives out of spite and revenge to pocket a couple dollars.
Okay.
Solid.
And your rating, sir. And why?
Overall, I kind of like the vibe of this one quite a bit. I like that we are going for a little bit more of an action hero, kind of more serious thing. That is a little bit more of my wheelhouse of stuff. Mm-hmm. So we're kind of getting to the vibe I like there. I think a 6.9 feels pretty good. Something's still dragged, but I still think this had some pretty good parts to it. And I'm excited to see what we got going next.
Tomorrow Never Dies.
Tomorrow Never Dies.
Yeah, I am going with a flat 7. This is an improvement over License to Kill. I like Brosnan. I was a little mad about the car thing. There were some, obviously the plot stuff and kind of,
the whole movie.
Yeah. Which, like any Bond movie, because it's all,
We know.
However, my terrible plot would be Englishman overcomes homicidal sex addict to save England. No, not save England. It's got to be bad, so it's got to be like missing the point, right? Englishman fucks 2 women.
There you go. There you go.
I've seen that video. It's good.
It's a good one.
Also, he didn't even get with Xenia on the top. If we think about it, so he got with.
They tried to frame it like it though, like when they were fighting in the bathhouse though, like they were doing all like the rough sex scenes, like if they were.
Yeah, but he's wearing shorts.
Bedoodling, so yeah. So it was like it was kind of a waste, but like it was like.
But she was like bare up the thigh, like you couldn't see anything on her, bottom half of herself. So
yeah.
Anyway, would you like to guess the budget for Goldeneye?
I'm looking right at it, so I'm not going to guess it.
What was last one's budget?
32.
32.
What?
Indeed. Oh yeah, you didn't get to guess License to Kill. What was the budget? No. What do you think? License to Kill box office. Woof.
I don't know, dude. I don't know.
Okay, you're in a very apathetic mood.
I'm very
He's
tired.
just trying
I'm
to
tired,
survive.
Man. I'm tired. I'm honest.
All right, what do you want for the budget?
I'm gonna call 40 flat for budget.
60.
Sheesh. Doubled.
Guess box office.
I think we were 180 for the last one, right?
156.1 on the last one.
6.1. Let's go with like one. Let's go with 190.
Would you like a second guess, sir?
No.
Because when we change bonds, you remember it goes up. So that's the only hint I'll give.
Okay, so 267.
Did you look? Do you want to guess or no?
296.
356.4.
Fudge. It's a lot of money. It's an excellent return on investment. We should make a Bond movie.
Yeah,
We should really make a Bond movie. We should.
Yeah, if we put $1,000 into it, we're at least guaranteed like 14 back.
Yeah. Exactly. So
I did take some screenshots for this article, which I thought I would read, but
Okay.
I realized that's really not even that interesting. Pretty much, it just says for the next James Bond film, they plan on bringing one of the old whores back.
Oh, I love old whores.
Yeah, so they're gonna bring one of the old. I forget. I read it.
Well, they have done that once before with
Yeah.
Man with the Golden Gun,
Mm-hmm.
our lady that was with Scaramanga. She was the main gal in For Your Eyes Only. So that was fun.
Well, it says No Time to Die. Wait,
That's very late.
that's a
way later movie. That's the
Yeah,
last.
see, like so I probably should have read the entire article before taking a bunch of screenshots.
Some Bond lady came back in some other Bond movie.
But they're bringing they're bringing the character back.
Okay.
They're bringing the character back for a new the new.
Are they
Bond
going for like
film.
a Titanic thing? Is she gonna be like a 98-year-old woman with the heart of the ocean?
I know exactly what they're talking about. So
Instead of the heart of the ocean, that was just a vial of James's
I thought that
semen.
was Moana. The Heart of the Ocean.
the girl in Spectre rolls over into the next movie, and or was it Spectre or Skyfall? I don't remember exactly. It's been a minute, but Bond's like, "I love you," and they have a baby, and then Bond dies. So spoilers.
Word.
All right, so get on us at Consecrates1 on Twitter.
Yes.
Email us at consecrateshotline@yahoo.com.
Yes.
You want to give our YouTube spiel?
Yes. Like the video. Subscribe. Hit the bell icon to get notified when new videos come out.
It's if Sean Connery was a Sith Lord over here.
Yeah. Done to the dark side, I guess.
We have holes.
I have lots and lots and lots and lots and lots and lots and lots.
I woke up at 5 o'clock this morning.
And lots.
Did you wake up in a
of
new
holes.
Bugatti?
No, not Andrew Tate, bro. A Bugatti.
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 Subscribe to us on the Spotify, the Apple, the wherever you get your podcasts. And thank you for listening. Thank you for viewing. And good night.
Good afternoon. Or evening. Good morning, possibly. Welcome to Content Crisis on YouTube, featuring me, Harleezy, the Jeeziest. What's up, y'all? I'm just kidding. I really don't have like a cool thing to say, so I kind of just made that up. But today we watched Goldeneye, James Bond, Jimbo Bob Bond. Goldeneye. Yes, we did. It was a fabulous film. Actually, it was mostly just a lot of eroticism. I was at about half-mast the entire time. So, there was one lady who was trying to bite people's necks and lips off. So she was cool. My type. I mean, he was trying to, James Bond was trying to bang a hacker. So, it really wasn't that, it was pretty boring. It was like watching, well, it was like watching this video. So, anyway, not to get too meta on you, but I just got out of the shower. So, yeah, I got nothing, man. I was like half asleep that movie, and yeah, I got my shirt off, got the fucking blanket on and everything. So, yeah, that's it, man. That's all I got, man. Oh, a quick rating. Just a couple thumbs up. Couple thumbs up. You know, it was like a couple thumbs up and a hand job on the beach. Out of 10. That's all I got.